Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun damaged ends and fade it out. Get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. 351-5358. Conveniently located in the heart. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
It's that time again. Arts Festival, one of the most beloved events of the community, is coming the 28th and 29th. 180 mission, free children's art projects, free live entertainment on 2 different stages, and free parking, plus a food truck rally at Citizen Circle and food vendors throughout the event. Come one, come all. Ocala's Arts Festival voted 32nd out of 200 of the best festivals in the USA. If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animist Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animist without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animist needs you. Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala!
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, Jim George is in the studio, Professor Gadget, and back from Colorado, where he was honored as a pioneer in his field, and he actually brought back some photographs. So if you're watching the streaming video, I'll make sure that I download these pictures off of the drive he gave me and put them up on the streaming video. Right now you see Jim as he looks this second. Good morning, Jim. How you doing?
Good morning, all.
How was your trip to Colorado?
It was great.
What city were you in, Denver?
Denver.
Okay.
Downtown Denver.
And how was the weather and all that?
Weather was just like it is today. It was actually 46, 47 in the morning, and it was like 70 in the afternoon.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So we didn't need any jackets, just wore some long sleeve shirts.
And you brought back some goodies, lots of little goodies.
Yeah. I brought back the Denver Film Festival booklet for Robin so that she could take a look at it. She's always
Nice.
interested in the Ocala one, and maybe some of those artists might want to come to Ocala.
Yeah, when is the Ocala one, Robin? Jim said we mentioned it last week.
What, the film festival?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are revamping it, and they don't have a date yet.
Oh, they don't have-
Oh, maybe you're thinking
Yeah.
of, you heard us say about the Fine Arts for Ocala. Maybe
maybe that was it.
because that's tomorrow and Sunday.
Tomorrow and Sunday, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ms. Zinke hasn't chosen a new date yet for the film, because they canceled it last year, and now we haven't heard anything about it this year, and it's usually the end of December is when the deadline is for the filmmakers to support their, to submit their their entries, but
Right,
we haven't heard
right,
anything.
Right.
Well, that's just interesting information.
So
I see.
I'm doing my best to try to get these pictures,
This
and
is
you look
great.
good. Look at you in a tuxedo. Yeah, see, so here, here's some pictures. This gym right there. I'll put these on the streaming thing as we're talking.
Oh, we're going to have to download some of those and put it on Facebook.
Yeah, and I've got some more that might be
WOCA and our
clearer.
pages.
My daughter was, anxiously taking pictures with my cell phone, her cell phone,
Tell me your daughter's
And-
name again. I can't remember.
and Melissa.
Yeah,
Well, I have an Amanda.
Yes, you do.
But I have a Melissa too.
And who came in here and to sit in for you one day?
Melissa.
Melissa. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys had a good time. Look at you standing there. Wow. Who are all these guys with you? They're all pioneers,
They're
huh?
all well, there's 20 of them. Were inducted the same day. And they were big shots. I mean, my goodness. One guy had 100 patents after his name. Another gentleman was president of Comsonics for like 42 years, retired, and, big shot. So I was very pleased to be nominated, and even pleaser to be accepted.
But they were probably in awe of you also, because you have some hefty credentials.
Well, I did have a couple of people come up to me after the show and say, of all the presentations given, we liked your presentation better.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Well, do you? Let me ask you this: do you think that doing this show somehow made you able to think in terms of keep it brief? Because everything in radio has to be like, don't take a long time to say something. Everything's got to be like to the point.
Exactly.
So is that why? Is that what happened?
It probably did, because one thing they mentioned to us was we had a minute and a half, and if we went over it, they would drown us out with music. And sure enough, everybody before me, no one, left on time. I went up there, gave my minute and a half, and was down the stairs before they had the music playing. So yes, you do have to be brief, and when you do acceptance, because you can't go on and on and on.
So,
Yeah, but you're very professional, and you have such a warm presence about you.
I never noticed that before.
so what? So do you have any comments on any of the news stories this morning? You usually comment on
I didn't hear them all, only
No?
because people
No?
were in my office this morning. The electricians were needing some special wireless stuff, and I met with one of them and gave him some stuff. Then another guy came in after him. So although I have you on in the radio in the office, I didn't hear it all.
So did you know that Robin and I got new phones from Matt Wilkerson?
No.
So we're in the 21st century now.
I know.
21st.
Isn't it
Yes.
unbelievable?
So you're 4G and 5G now?
Do you know?
iPhone 7.
I don't even know where we are.
You have 7, so you
iPhone
are
7.
4G and 5G. Yes.
Whatever that means.
That means your cell phone can pick up the 4th generation and 5th generation of the cell phone. Well, that's
Nice.
great.
But the news item that makes me think of our phones is that now I can do what other people do, which is take videos in the men's room. Did
you hear that
Did you
story?
see this story? Okay.
No.
Oh, Jim, this is our favorite story.
So
We were
at
hoping you heard it.
at the Dolphins game, the ladies' room was packed, and there was a lady who couldn't wait, so she went into the men's room. And there's like 30 urinals at the Dolphins game.
Yeah,
in one room. So she used one of them, and oh man, it's
And she was an actual woman, too. She wasn't
yeah,
like
she wasn't
like a Caitlyn
transition.
Jenner.
Yeah.
She wasn't a transition woman. She was
love
and
her.
she's holding a glass of beer. And doesn't spill any of it, and I'm not so sure if anything else spills, but that doesn't.
And she was chatting it up with she broke protocol, and she was talking to the guys next to her.
Oh, boy.
So, but I don't
Yeah,
think they cared.
Yeah, no, they didn't
yeah,
care.
they
No, in this case, they didn't care. In fact, they were hoping. You want to come back with me to the?
Yeah.
So,
She's gorgeous.
so what do you
Wow.
think?
She is beautiful.
When you were,
see this video.
we'll have to show the video during the. When you were out at the event in Denver, did anything come to mind as you're listening to the other speeches, or maybe this has nothing to do with your event in Denver, but like milestones in the course of your career that just totally changed the landscape of the career of the industry? Because, for example, who could have seen that Netflix, a company that sent out rented DVDs, would one day be this huge player in
Right.
the whole cable world?
Right. It's hard to foretell. It really is hard to foretell. I did notice that a lot of the people, even at my own table, had already written out their acceptance speech. and they were reviewing it over and over again.
Did you not do that?
No, I did not. I ad-libbed. I went up there. And maybe that's why they said mine was the best, because I mentioned some certain items that happened in my life. But basically, I just gave thanks to the people who brought me here so far. I mean, everybody has a mentor. They may don't want to, mention it, but there's always somebody in your life that said something that got you thinking a certain direction.
And who was your person or people?
Glenn Jones was mine. He was the president of Jones Intercable, huge company. He was senator of Colorado at one time. And when he bought my company in West Palm Beach and took it public, and he basically taught me all the back office business stuff.
Nice.
And I was just a small 3 or 4 man company, and it grew me.
Was he a lot older than you?
Actually, he was about the same age as I was, and we hit it off real good. So I was back and forth to Denver all the time, and we went to cable conventions in New York and California. So he was a great mentor, dragging me with him more or less. But he was a funny guy. He'd always introduce me as his engineer's engineer. In other words, he had engineers in every cable company, but he'd always drag me with him to the cable company so I could talk to those engineers and then get back with him and say, this is what they're doing right, this is what they're doing wrong.
Oh, my.
So I was a spy.
That is cool.
Spy versus spy.
All right, I'm trying to put your picture on the streaming video here.
all
Okay,
right.
I got one here. Okay, I just have to add the sound to it so that people won't. So we won't go dead during the course of this. All right, here we go. Click this button, and there you are. There's your picture of you with 3 other guys on stage accepting an award, and you've got like a beam of light like on you.
Wow.
That's cool.
You've got like a blue glow or something. Wow, nice. That must be God. You must be in favor with God.
I don't know.
That is nice.
You're being touched by God in that picture.
That is nice.
And you look really sharp. Was it humbling, embarrassing?
Oh, it was very humbling. Very humbling.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everybody at the table was looking at 6 forks, 4 spoons.
I know. Isn't that crazy when they do that?
And they're all looking at each other like,
what do you do with all this stuff?
Yeah, you better go first, And they didn't know, we were just, guys out in the field working. We don't know all that protocol stuff, but we had a great time. And we were exchanging, hey, you want my carrots in exchange for my broccoli, and things like that. We had a great time. We joked it up at our
Carrots
table.
in exchange for my broccoli.
And Melissa was with me, and she was laughing out loud, so loud.
So she had a good time?
Because us guys were just kidding each other,
She
just
was
having a
proud.
great old time.
She was proud of you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did you have, the broccoli or the carrots?
I actually didn't trade anything. I liked everything I had.
Nice.
That's me, too. I don't trade anything.
Yeah.
All right, now we got the picture of you.
But they had a surf and turf meal. They had scallops and filet mignon, and one lady did not eat beef. So my daughter said, I'll give you my 4 scallops if you give me your filet mignon.
Wow.
That's how it started.
Oh, how
And then the one
cool.
guy says, I don't eat carrots. You want my carrots?
Uh-huh.
And the person said, yeah, but you want my broccoli.
So how many people
And here we
actually-
are, all distinguished, just transferring food back and forth
Exactly.
at the table.
How many
You're an
people were
innovator.
actually honored? How many people were
20.
actually? 20, wow.
20 people. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. And what was the facility you were in? Was it a hotel?
It was called, it's like the Brown Derby in New York. It was called the Brown Palace.
Okay.
Oh.
And it was a palace. Oh, my goodness.
Was it
And it's a
brown?
hotel, but I've never seen such. It's an early 30.
Nice.
Like maybe the 1920s, 1930s. Beautiful, beautiful venue.
That's
Beautiful
awesome.
venue.
That's awesome. Thank you for
Yeah, it
sharing
was
those
very
pictures.
good. No, you're welcome.
Yeah, we're going to have to download some of them and make an album for you on Facebook, WOCA, so everybody can see you, because you are absolutely amazing, and you always give credit where credit is due, and you're always living behind the scenes, but you make sure everybody's life is
Oh, I
wonderful.
appreciate that. But Christmas is coming up soon, of course, Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is.
And I just want to remind people about plugging multiple things into one socket. Last year
Oh.
we were all guilty of that.
Yeah,
Don't-
exactly.
Please don't start that again,
still guilty
because
of
you hear about all these houses burning down and fires and everything. You go, oh my goodness! Here you take a beautiful holiday and because you didn't have an extension cord, or something, it messes it up real bad.
So let me ask you about that. Robin and I did an Oktoberfest last Friday.
Yes.
Friday, and the electricity was coming from one of the homes. This was a neighborhood, and
Right.
in a private home, he
Vito.
brings out a long
Long extension.
I mean, it must have been 200 feet long extension cord, and so we're told to plug in, and there's a disc jockey next to us, and she was told to plug in. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we've got an amplifier, and she's got an amplifier. Isn't this a lot in one outlet?
It's drawing a lot of current.
So he was risking.
I'm surprised that breaker didn't pop. And who knows what he had plugged into that same network, in the house.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, how about refrigerators? I mean, sometimes people like to put an extension cord on their refrigerator, and doesn't the thickness of the extension cord depend on the safety of it?
Yeah, so the wire behind the wall is a minimum, let's say, of 12. That's just a number. But the larger the number, like 14, 16, that means the wire is smaller. So a person may buy an extension cord that's a 10, a nice, large, hefty, but he's plugging it into an outlet that the wire behind the wall is only 12. Mm-hmm. So as it starts to draw more and more, and the extension cord maybe gets warm, think about how hot the wire is behind the wall that's trying to handle that.
yeah.
Oh,
And that's
my
where the
gosh.
house burns down.
Don't do it. so.
People touch all the extension cords. Oh, they're cool, but all those extension cords are plugged into one outlet that behind the wall there's a smaller wire.
Oh.
So we do have a phone call.
All right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Mr. George. Sonny calling.
Yes.
Or Larry Robin. One of the things I always try to do, and it doesn't matter whether it's electronic or just a charger for an appliance, I always plug the charger in first, and then the cord into either the computer or the laptop or whatever. Because I always notice when you plug the charger in itself, you can pick up a little spark. Now, from my days of playing with electricity, it's usually what I would call a surge. And I'm just wondering what you think about, following that kind of procedures with your phones and your iPads and all that of the good stuff. I'll hang up and listen, and everybody have a good weekend now.
Thank you. Thank you for the call.
Well, I know in my own house, for instance, the charger stays plugged in all the time. You're right. It's already plugged into the wall, and then I just plug in the cord to the cell phone. If you reverse that, if you plug the cable into the cell phone and then attempt to plug it into the wall, that little wall wart, that little transformer, is acting as a buffer also. So it's taking in 120 volts and is trying to put out, let's say, 5.
Oh.
So when you first plug it in and it may receive an initial jolt of voltage, it could go up to 7, 9, who knows how many volts it puts out before it settles at 5. And so if you have your cell phone plugged into it, you could theoretically mess up your cell phone. So Sonny is right. You plug the charger in first, wait a couple of seconds, and then plug your cell phone in.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know. Wow,
Okay.
didn't know that. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yes, good morning, Jim, and congratulations again. You made
Thank you.
Ocala very proud.
Well, thank you.
See, we're going to have, for the first time in a long, long time, a live Christmas tree this year. So I have to go out and buy some of these little bitty lights I want to put on it. Would you recommend a surge protector for those lights?
So there again, if you have an outlet nearby, and let's assume you plug an extension cord in that's got 3 other plug-ins or 4 other, or who knows how many, if you plug them in one at a time and that lights up, that's one thing. But if you're saying to me you can turn that off with a light switch, and then when you want to light the tree, you just throw the light switch, then that's that initial surge. But you're speaking about milliamps. I mean, you're speaking about so low a current drain with lights that none of that should be effective, hurting you in any way.
Okay, like let's say we would get an unusual electrical storm around Christmas time. There's those little bulbs being really probably sensitive, like a TV or something. But with a surge protector, I would probably be protected.
Well, you probably would, but Christmas tree lights are notorious for having 1 or 2 go out. You've probably seen that in your life. You have a Christmas tree set. It's perfect. You put it away this year. Next year you get it out and it doesn't work. You go bulb by bulb by bulb trying to find out which bulb is bad, or you end up throwing the whole string away.
Yep.
So
I go back to those days when a bulb went out. You spent the rest of the day looking for the one that went out.
Exactly. So now you can buy what they call continuous bulbs, which means each bulb is basically powered, individually. It's a 3-wire instead of a 2-wire system. They even have 4-wire systems now coming out of that little transformer. And that means each bulb has its own little power. So if you lose a bulb, just one bulb goes out.
Yeah. Do those real little bulbs use less electricity than the old-fashioned big bulb?
Oh, yes. Very much. It's got less light, so it draws less current. Unless it's an LED. An LED would have more light and still draw less current.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing, too, the small, tiny bulbs do not heat up the Christmas tree like the big bulbs used to.
Yeah. But if you're going to have a live tree, just remember to keep the water in the bottom of it, because if that tree dries out, and then you have...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, let me push a button and take a little break. We'll be right back with Jim George after this.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Gorgeous day today. Sunny to partly cloudy and a high of 77 to 79. And a few clouds tonight with lows of 56 to 68. Now tomorrow we'll have some sun followed by clouds. We'll get some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. The high 79 to 83. Looks like a shower or two Sunday, especially in the morning. Otherwise cloudy, breezy, and cooler with highs upper 60s to low 70s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Have you heard of Hyperdirectory? When looking for local businesses, go to hyper.directory. No need for www, no need for .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to local companies when it matters most. Hyperdirectory is your local business directory partnered with the Ocala Chamber and Economic Partnership to bring you trusted local businesses. Keeping Ocala local. Use hyper.directory. No www, not even .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to businesses when it matters most.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls, and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
What do I do now?
After 911, don't worry, call Fakuri. Fakuri Medical and Chiropractic, treating auto injuries for over 32 years. Same-day appointments, immediate medical attention, all under one roof. Don't worry, call Fakuri. Go to bestinjurycare.com. All auto insurances are accepted. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call. Car accident? Don't worry. Call Fakuri. bestinjurycare.com.
Attention veterans with dental needs. Dr. Chris Bonesteel is once again giving free dental care to all veterans on November 10th. What Dr. Bonesteel is offering are cleanings, fillings, and extractions at no cost to the veteran. What the veteran has to do is call Vets Helping Vets at 433-2320 to make an appointment. The program starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 3:30 p.m. So if you are a vet in need of dental care, call 433-2320. That's 433-2320.
26 minutes after 9 o'clock. You know, Robin is with men.
Boy.
Of course.
An education how men
The halftime
think.
show was great.
The halftime show was really good. Really good. Yeah. Now everybody's wondering what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about the video that's making the rounds of the girl, little young lady in the men's room at the Dolphins game. using the facilities. It's a nice video, Jim.
Well,
you haven't seen it yet.
When you got to go, you got to go.
All right. Let's see. Gosh, are you going to be with us at
Light Up Ocala?
No, probably not Light
the
Up Ocala,
Christmas
but the
parade?
Christmas parade. You'll be with us, right?
Yeah, sure.
You always are, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
always fun. I love this time of year.
It is fun. Very festive.
And when is that, Robert? That's like the first or second Saturday in December?
It's the second Saturday now. They changed it.
Here we go. This is an annual point of...
I'll tell you the truth.
Robert has an issue with this every year.
We can never get the date right, can we?
Yeah, they moved it to the second Saturday.
So like something's conflicting.
All because of sports.
Yeah, sports is
It
right.
was. That's the reason, because the Gators were in the playoffs and everything, so they moved the whole parade to the next weekend. So the
They
football
can
fans
videotape it. They can
How
watch
many years
it
ago?
later.
How many years ago was that, Robin?
Oh gosh, that must have been at least 10 years. Yeah, the mayor and everybody.
She
at
hasn't
that
let go
time
of that
was
one.
in on it.
She hasn't let go of that.
Yeah, no,
we're moving the
I'm the
parade.
same way.
And then the Gators lost. So.
But anyway, so the reason I brought it up in the context of your show is that technology has made our coverage of the parade so much different now than it used to be. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can do live. What do you call them? Facebook
Live.
Live and things, and it's just amazing what we can do now compared to what we used to be able to do.
Correct. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was looking up this morning, even before I came here, something for somebody else, but it applies to you. There are companies that do live streaming. You were asking how can you get your program, live streamed, and it's a 2-camera system. Very inexpensive, and you go to this certain site and you click on, and then you put your 2-camera, into it, and you're live streaming, around the world instantaneously. I'll get the information, more in a more jailed format for you.
I thought we
bring it
used
in.
that though. We used something like that, don't we? With Ustream, isn't that the same thing?
Ustream is like the same thing. Yes.
We just need a second camera.
You just
do you know anybody that might have one?
Well, I know several people. Yeah, we do. So it's a beautiful day in downtown Ocala today, as you can see.
Yes,
and
it is.
No rain, I believe, today, correct?
You know what? That's what I thought, but I read this other story that said there was rain coming this weekend.
Well, maybe this weekend.
No.
Today.
I don't
Not
know.
today, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful day in downtown Ocala.
It is gorgeous.
And we're at the downtown mall, the fashion center of Ocala.
Yeah, we have a lot of interesting people.
Go
walk
to the
by
mall where
window.
you can see it all.
I love that quote.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're back. We're proud of you. Congratulations on all of that. Thank you for sharing your pictures. Let me put one last picture on here before we leave.
And Joe's in the house.
Joe's in the house.
Joe's in the house. So Fun with Joe is scheduled.
So there's the. I have the picture up here now of the whole group. You're at the far right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in that group. So I guess half of the group. You said there were 20 people?
20 people.
So that's half of the group. Thank you, Jim, for what you do.
Thank you. You guys have a great weekend.
We'll be right back.
Bye.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump's blocked the release of some JFK assassination files, with others now public.
Citing national security, the White House says the withheld documents will be placed under a 6-month review. The rest are available.